let's talk about replanting our seedlings. So I have some seedlings here in this tray, which I figured out I don't love trays. This was the first year I used them, but we went for it. I do have some kale right here that needs to be repotted. One of the reasons why I repot my seedlings is because this tiny tray is not giving the plant enough nutrients out of the dirt that it needs to produce a healthy plant. It also is going to be inside for probably another 3 weeks for me. Maybe 2.5, depending on what happens. And I know that the kale is going to take everything it needs out of that tray. So I want to go ahead and put them in a pot that's going to give them more nutrients for the next few weeks, and hopefully in a pot that I'm not going to have to transplant them again. This is also why it is kind of dangerous to start your seedlings too soon, because then you're having to repot them a few different times. I honestly have always repotted my seedlings at least 3 times before I put them out in the garden. It's not really necessary, but that's just how I've done it, and it's worked for me, so that's what I'm gonna do. Again, new beginner gardener, this is advice from one new gardener to another, so if you have another method you've used, please comment below. I love to learn from people and tell me what you've done. So when choosing a different pot, because this is such a small tray, I'm not going to move to something super large like this at this moment, especially for kale. I'm gonna move to a medium-sized pot like this. I've already saturated my dirt with water, so that's good to go. And I filled up my pot here. I'm going to take my kale. I have a little tiny butter knife that I use, and I'm gonna go around the sides of the kale. Again, there's a lot of different methods for taking out your seedlings. You could research and see what works best for you, but this is what I've been doing and it's worked for me. And I have my kale right here. And I created a little hole in the middle of this pot here. I'm gonna go ahead and put the kale, gently kind of shake it right in there. And then I'm going to fill the dirt around it. I don't pack my dirt like too much in there, but I do like to make sure that it's snug. There we go. I have my kale repotted. I do need to relabel because I'll forget that this is kale thinking it's a tomato. So that's an important step to make sure you relabel as well. But if you are using seedling trays and you feel like it's starting to look like your plant is getting a little overgrown for your seedling tray, you might want to consider moving it up to a little larger pot and making sure you have the most nutrients for it that it needs with the seed starting mix. Again, with the seed starting mix, I just use organic from any store. You can get as picky as you want. There's a lot of opinions about dirt out there. You can get as picky as you want. But from one beginner to another, happy gardening.